So, we gonna play this bitch or not? The lift finally comes to a stop, and the doors open into a large diamond-shaped room where the lift opening is at the bottom of the diamond. And at the top of the diamond,
Wait a minute.
roughly about 50 or 60 feet from you, is a desk and a chair. There's a soft yellow light, and it's decorated nicely in here with warm colors. There are couches and sofas against the walls, and paintings. And there's somebody sitting in the chair with their back to you.
Hello? You'd called for us?
Come in. So the chair swivels around, and you see a very petite woman who doesn't quite look human. So yeah, she flips around, she spins around in her chair, and she tells you to enter.
She spins around in her chair and also in the game.
She has the build of an elf, but you don't see elf ears. If she has ears, they're hidden by her hair.
Is she tall or is she
No,
petite?
she has the build of an elf. She's incredibly
Okay.
short and very
Okay.
slight. Come in.
And she's sitting behind the desk?
Mhm.
Okay.
About
Hello.
50 or 60 feet from you. So do you walk in? What's everybody doing?
Yeah, I'd walk in.
Entering the room.
So the party enters the room.
And what do we owe the occasion, ma'am?
Who's that? Guthix?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Would Guthix have seen this chick before? Because Guthix was in the hallway when she was down in the hallway.
Yeah, you think maybe you saw her before real quickly when she like came down the hallway and then came out. So yeah, you're pretty sure this is the same woman.
I see.
Hello.
And what can we do for you?
Well, you've created a lot of problems for me here in my establishment. And I'm curious. But first, please have a seat.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. We
Listen,
we
lady,
happened to do
I
that.
just wanted to
How is the-
gamble. I tried to get into gamble, and people kept attacking us. I kept telling them all I want to do is gamble, and they
Listen,
kept
lady.
coming, and we had to keep killing them.
I've
I'm
seen
sorry,
Star Wars before.
you're lost.
Empire Strikes Back.
How
They would go over this thing and they drop you down into the pit.
So here's the thing. You say she's at a desk 50 to 60 feet away. What is the rest of the room? Like if we take in the rest
It's
of
a
the room.
like I said, it's a big diamond, so it's like
Okay, but is
wider
it
in the
empty?
center.
Is it
It's
empty? I
mostly
mean,
empty in the center, yeah. And there are kind of like couches and stuff on the sides of the room. She like
Okay.
gestures to like couches and she's like, "Please have a seat."
Don't mind if I do.
I think I'd rather stand.
Oh, come now, don't be such a prude.
You say you just wanted to gamble, but you broke into my kitchen very early in the morning. You though, you there. She
I
points
was
at
under the
Timmy.
impression that casinos didn't close, miss.
That's
You
true. That's kind of
broke
prime gambling time.
into my kitchen.
We were trying to ask at the screen thingy, but they kept I don't know, they didn't want us in.
But you
think that was
didn't
more
though,
of an
did you?
accident.
That's a lie, right?
That's not a lie. I was trying to.
That's
I
true.
talked to them through the screen, and they came out, and I was like, "Oh, I just want to gamble," and they didn't let us through, and so I broke the system.
Through the
and we went in.
screen after you broke into the kitchen. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is you never at any point tried to go to the front door and like gain access.
I didn't even know there
was
was a
a
front door.
Yeah, you
That's
walked.
true.
So
You guys
we
literally
did go to the front
walked
door.
around, and
Walked
like
around.
I said, there's like a big thing. There's like a red carpet kind of thing with like stairs and like a canopy. I described a very large, very prominent front door, and you walked all the way around and broke into the side
Yeah,
where
no,
there
we didn't
was no
break in.
door.
We didn't break in. We didn't know it wasn't the front door. We are very stupid individuals.
I mean, this is
I-
out of game. As the DM,
No, 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 no.
But
I'm
saying this
reiterating
in
to you that you definitely did see the front door, walk around, break
I know.
into the side. So
I
she
know, but
points it at Timmy,
Yeah.
and she's
Hello?
like, "What's your name?"
Name's Timmy Tinkle. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. But
Pleasure to meet you.
I think this is all a big misunderstanding, honestly. You know,
I kind of wonder.
when coming to gamble, you don't just walk through the front door. We're looking for the VIP entrance. So
I don't
at
think
least
you're
that's where I'm
telling me
from.
the truth, Timmy.
I mean,
Let's break it down.
I'm not telling you a lie, honestly.
Why did you come to my establishment? I know you didn't come here to kill me. That's what I thought at first. But that's clearly not the case.
Lady, we're here to gamble.
So
Sir,
you're GG, right?
I am GiGi. Let me tell you some of the observations that I made about your group. I didn't see them at first, but once I went back to review, they were quite clear. You did see the front door of the establishment. You stalked around, looking for a covert way to get in. You found it, but you triggered my alarms. When you were inside, you know each other, and you're familiar, but you don't work well together. It's unusual. Also, your tech is of quite low level, other than stolen and salvaged. But, despite having a Sharl with you, two in fact, you are not locals of this planet, so you made it here through some sort of interstellar travel. I think you're lost. I think you're confused. I think maybe you need help.
Yes, please point me in the direction of the casino.
I don't think you want to gamble.
I
Show
mean,
me what
maybe
you would
these guys
gamble
don't.
with.
I'm gonna pull a golden fist out of my a golden hand out of my backpack.
And what is that?
This is pure gold.
I don't need that. I only take credits here.
We have those couple credits, don't we, guys?
We
Just in
have.
case.
Why do you continue to lie to me?
I'm not lying. These guys might be here for something. I'm with them. But I'm here to gamble, let me tell you.
Alright. We were told we could find friends here. And maybe that's you.
Friends?
Yeah, you see, as you said, we're not exactly familiar with the place, and if we could get more accompanied and learn a bit about, you know,
Is
this
one of you the
world.
leader? She kind of like looks around, exasperated.
Yeah, if you could just lead her to the casino.
I'd say that Anya's our leader.
It's either Anya and Guthix are the two highest ranking people in the party.
I'll let you
Accord,
take it then.
according to the ship.
Then, yes, I believe that you could call me the leader, or you could call my friend here the leader. I'm Guthix, and this is Anya.
Pleased to meet you, Guthix. What are you
And you as
doing
well.
here?
We
Let
are
me ask you
here.
first. Are my observations untrue?
I would say your observations are pretty accurate. I don't know exactly how to
Guthix,
it.
you have a story. Either
We
you
all
can
have a
tell
story.
me your story, or you can't.
We are we're looking for slavers.
Okay. I feel like that's a little bit more like the truth.
I think we might have found one in front of us, though.
You think so?
The way she treats people down in that pit. What do you think they are? What do you think we were down there?
People who broke into my establishment and killed my guards.
All of those people?
No, just you. But they have other crimes. They're there for other reasons. I saw that you met some of them. They were pleasant to you, weren't they?
Pleasant enough.
But Guthix,
They died pleasantly.
continue. You're looking for slavers because you want to
Yes.
kill them, because you want revenge, because you want to sell someone to them. Why are you looking for these slavers?
Well, let me ask you this. Are you a fellow Elvenkind or Charl? Is it Charl or am I thinking of the halflings?
It's a Charl. My species is related to yours in a very ancient way.
See. Then, yes, we are looking to reclaim something that was taken from our party.
There it is.
And
And
we
And
believe
that's it. We're looking to reclaim a thing.
that you can help us in that regard.
well, Guthix, what are you looking to reclaim?
We're looking to reclaim some tech from one of our good friends. We believe it was taken by, uh, you know, a band of orcs, you could say, or not cyclopses,
Hmm.
or whatever you call them here.
Single-eyed beings? Tall?
Yes, that's the one.
What tech did they take from you? Or your friend?
Uh, they took his ship.
A ship.
Hmm,
All right.
yes,
And you're looking for them to reclaim the ship, correct?
that is the plan.
Hmm. Karin do come here when they make their stops on this planet. GG's is a hot spot
So
for...
you're allies with them.
Oh, I am allies with no one. I run this establishment and I cater to customers. I'm a business person and you're after this ship. I feel like it's not your ship. You're on a job, but you are
Well, it's our
ill
friends.
prepared. You're ill equipped. You don't know what you're doing. But you have skills. Some of you have unusual and unique spatial abilities. Some of you are quite cunning warriors. You're all terrible liars. But that wouldn't be your strong suit.
Well, I believe my friend here was not lying. I think he's actually looking to gamble.
That is
But
true. I'm trying to acquire money and gamble as soon as possible. I don't care about this mission. I'm doing it to get money in the first place.
Hmm. All right. So you're not a team then?
no, I'd say we're a team. We're just a team with some,
Unique values.
yeah, you could say that. A conjoined past, if you will.
Assuming that you leave here alive, what will you do next?
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Well, if we cannot find aid here, I suppose we'll go elsewhere. And as you say, meander about lost until we stumble upon what we're looking for. It happens to be a strong suit of our group, I would say.
Hmm. It just seems to me that, well, I probably could help you. We could make a deal. But it doesn't
What would
seem
you
like you
want?
want to.
What would you want?
Does this deal include credits?
Oh,
No.
goodness.
No, it does
Then
not.
yeah, I probably don't want to.
What does it include?
Possibly me helping you become acquainted with the slavers on your terms.
And what do you want in return?
You have left me somewhat short-handed when I already was. But, you have skills. But I'm not sure that any one of you is, well, smart enough to pull off any of the jobs that I have for you.
Well,
I'm smart enough not to do them for no money.
Your friend has a singular drive that seems to be, and she looks at Anya, not syncopatic with your own. And then she looks back at Ren, and she kind of chuckles.
The group thus far has helped me get pretty rich in our where we were previously, but none of that works here, and so here we are to get rich again.
like I said,
I'll help her do whatever for these guys if they need it.
we have some varying values, for sure. But that doesn't mean our party members are all the less useful for them.
I just need more information about you if I am to trust you.
The same goes for you.
You are here, in my office, in my establishment. I'm GiGi. You can look me up.
Actually,
Who
we
are
can.
you?
We're a group of off-worlders from a mining colony. We happen to venture out here on what we, from what we know, is a very rare occasion. So, as you can see, yes, we're a bit ill prepared. We
Are
are a
you
bit
alone?
lacking in knowledge.
Is this all there is of you?
No.
There may or may not be more of us. But you say we are ill prepared, but we are still here and we are all alive.
You're alive because I want you to be alive. Make no mistake about that.
What kind of establishment is GG's? Or rather, that you run, GG?
I thought you'd done your research before you came here, but perhaps not. Of course, you're familiar with the Gladiatorum arena. That is what the gambling is done on. There is no casino in this establishment. You bet on the fights. There is also a pleasure house that caters to all manner of tastes. And there's a restaurant with
Hmm.
delightful cuisine.
I see.
5 stars. Again, look me up.
5 stars? Like, you have restaurants across the 5 stars?
You keep saying look me up, but we're looking up at you right now.
Actually, you're not really looking up at her. If anything, you're probably looking down at her. You're
Down.
looking across at her.
How are we supposed to look up at you when you're down there?
Hmm. As I said, your skills are interesting. Would you be willing to work for me if I could facilitate a meeting with these slavers for you?
What do you think, guys?
It may be possible. We may be able to use this to our advantage.
Hopefully the guys she has us killing have money, so I'm down.
I don't believe you've said the job. What work is it you want us to do?
Well, I might have several things, but we'll get into that. I believe your unique skills would be helpful for this line of work. I'm quite sure that, and she looks at all of you have done similar work in the past.
So you need mercenaries.
That is correct.
Sounds like she needs new bodyguards, too. But I'm sure we can be of assistance.
You have not spoken yet. She looks at Thiwar. What is your name?
Thiwar just sat there and asked her a question.
I did
Wait,
just ask her a
did
question,
he?
but yeah.
What was the question?
What
Am
the
I
job
fucking
was.
retarded? What?
Yeah, he's the one
Yeah,
who asked you what the job was.
Ah, he did.
She was
I'm
deep in
really
thought.
there's
I am
there's really only
actually
one
I
person
am
who
I
has a
am
smoking
actually
gun.
legitimately in pain though. You have to understand that.
Sure.
Sorry. So, apologies. Like my back is yeah, it sucks.
Me too, man. I
I
feel
need
it.
more of this.
I'll tell her my name. I'm Simon.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wink,
yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm
You
I'm
know
You
what
can
I
call me
mean.
Simon.
She gives you kind of like a wry look, like a, sure. And you, little one, she points over to Kegel. Who are you?
Kegel.
Well, what do you think? And before you answer, this deal is not for someone else. If you have someone, somewhere, some group that you are affiliated with, this deal's not with them. This deal is with you.
Well, I suppose this is probably our best opportunity at the moment.
Kegel is
you-
going to cast invisibility.
Right in front of her.
Yes,
Oh.
and then cast, and then become visible again, and go, hell yeah!
Okay.
Once again,
Actually, that would be hell yeah.
interesting spatial abilities. She looks at Thiwar and she says, you have them as well.
You might be mistaken. I just happened to be near some.
I happen to be near those abilities, but
I happen to be near like a couple
Ability
other guys
adjacent.
that looked exactly like me, just randomly somehow.
Yeah, I'm just a butler for this group. I
Mhm.
take care of them.
Of course, just the butler. Well, if you think you are amenable, then we should iron out some of the details. First of all of you you
Mhm.
need new equipment.
I'll tell you right now, if it gives off light, it's useless to me.
Well, suit yourself. However, those those things that give off light, your hide armor that you are wearing, well, it will be mostly useless. Oh yeah, by the way, Anya's armor is like gone. I forgot to tell you that last
What do
time.
you mean? Oh,
When she got
Like bacon?
she had that like she's had like multiple. Her armor is just shredded. She has no armor
Oh.
left.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Oh,
for
from the
sure. Because
explosion.
there's no
naked.
way. There's no
She's
way
kinda
that her
naked.
armor survived that. So like, yeah, she's in like a chainmail bikini now or
She's very
something now.
scantily clad.
She's very scantily
no.
clad. Her
I mean, she had leather armor, is what she had.
yeah, and it's gone. It is like absolutely like shredded,
Okay,
vaporized.
So I'm gonna do that. So
Nipple
actually,
there and
her
here.
Yeah,
armor
so
class
now
is
she's got nipple armor.
great.
I see.
So
She's got like thin strand. She's got just whatever cloth that she was able to make like a quick sports brawl with.
oh shit.
Wrap it around.
So like what
She's got a naked and
is she
afraid
is she
bag.
back to 9 for her armor class?
Well, I mean, you would go to no armor, and then on your character sheet it should adjust for dexterity if you have a high
All right.
dexterity. So
So if
it
we go to
shouldn't go back
none.
to 9. I don't think. I thought Anya
Yeah,
was.
it goes back to. Oh, it goes. Okay, no, it goes to
What's her
8.
dex? I was gonna say.
It goes to 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought she had at least not higher than average dexterity because she's a scout person.
Maybe we can work some
Yeah, she's got a +1 to her
weaponry and
dexterity.
armor into this deal.
Did
That
Kegel say
actually
that?
reminds.
Yes.
GiGi says I agree. That's what I was just talking about. Your equipment is pathetic. However, I might be able to help you with that. What I give you, you may keep as a generous offer of my goodwill. But, of
Something
course,
else though. Ah, if we
Da,
are merc-
da,
if
da, 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 da,
if we are
da,
mercenary,
da,
shut
da.
up. If we are mercenaries, I know my friend Ren here would agree to this. We generally like to keep the spoils.
anything that you acquire in your missions while working for me, other than the specific items that I am trying to acquire or that you are acquiring for me, are yours.
Do you have something that holds credits?
Whatever do you mean?
How do you? We don't even know how to obtain them. If we were to obtain them, where would we put them? It seems to me like they're held in something.
Oh, my dear boy, you certainly do need my help.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
So
by
where do
the
I
way,
hold them?
Anya was holding the thing that the snake guy gave us. Anya had that in her possession with the 30 credits on it. Is that gone now?
Um, yeah, that's probably gone now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
They probably confiscated that, but that wasn't even that big of a deal anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
GG. On the topic of equipment, you see, in the land that I hail from, um, we specifically, how do I say this?
The stuff we
The
have is
kind of,
top of the line
you
well,
where we
have a
come from.
difficulty. You have a difficulty with certain materials, do you
yes,
not?
that is the point I'm trying to get across. And
Ah,
I understand there's some relative similarities on this world, but with this technology that seems to circumvent your whole society, I might have difficulties adapting to it. If we could maybe collaborate on some kind of compromise to that, I'd be most happy to help you.
there are Sharl that use tech, to be sure. Even ones similar to you, though you are unique. As are you, and she looks at Anya. I've not seen your like before, and I have seen many. It
Well,
gives credence to your unusual story. But yes, there may be some things that we can do for you.
all right. Well, then I say, as long as everyone else is in agreement, you have a deal.
The slavers that you look for, the Karin, they're a brutal race. They were just recently here, but they keep a bit of a schedule, and I am a thorough record keeper. It should be easy for me to predict, with fair accuracy, when they will return. So I'll begin to look into that. How did you want your meeting to go?
Well,
She starts
Anya,
like,
please.
as you're talking, she's like typing into a pad. She's like, you see her like she's doing a couple of things. She's got some screens in front of her and shit.
obviously, we do not want them to be aware of what we are doing. Things should be surreptitious.
Are you trying to set up an ambush? Is violence your ultimate goal? Or are you trying to steal the
Oh
ship
yeah.
from under them?
Well,
Did you have a plan?
we
Or
do have a
shall I
plan.
graft one for you?
No,
I
we do
am
have
a
a
genius.
I would prefer
We do have a
violence to
plan.
diplomacy if that's possible.
Violence to diplomacy.
But we
Brainwolf's
I
diplomacy.
already
yeah.
know that about
But
you,
we-
sir.
but we do have a plan. We just need to get aboard their ship. And then we'll take it from there.
All right. Well, it looks like if they stick to their schedule, they will be back here in
In
roughly
5 years.
Yeah.
God damn it.
in roughly 4 standard weeks.
Ah,
That will give you some time to get, well, a bit of training, used to your new equipment, and then do a job for me.
sounds like a plan.
About 2 standard millennia ago, something very precious was stolen from my family. I have just recently learned where it was. I need you to steal it back for me.
Is
But-
it on this planet?
Oh, it is not. But we'll get to that again. I'll give you more details as we get closer. However, if you can also kill the one who stole it, then that would be a bonus.
Didn't
I
you
don't
just
know.
say that the
Is this
person
like Inception? Is this like an adventure inside of an adventure?
Didn't you just say that the thing was stolen
else
from
you know.
you 2,000 years ago?
Yes.
And you want us to kill the person who stole it, who's still alive after 2,000 years?
Yes, would that be a problem?
No, this is the easiest thing she's told us all day, Anya. Jesus Christ. She can't even tell me where I put credits.
Something tells me this isn't going to be an easy task.
It's gonna
But-
be so easy.
Calm
Well-
down, calm down. You'll get your credits. I'll teach you all about them.
Thank
Even
God.
how to use them in a manner that is, well, probably more to your liking. But be patient. You've got work to do.
Then let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Let's fucking do it! Yes!
Well then, if you're ready, follow me. She stands up, and for the first time you see her full height. She walks out. She is just over 4 foot tall, but she's got like 6-inch heels on. So she's actually not even just over 4 foot tall. She's probably just under 4 foot tall somewhere. Yeah, she's got the build of an incredibly petite elf, and she's wearing a tight red and yellow jumpsuit in the style of 70s anime, and she's quite comely actually. If you're into that sort of thing. So she walks kind of past all of you,
You know, when Steve was creating this character, his dick was in the dark.
No.
Well,
I mean, it was because it
if
was.
it's in your pants, it's in the dark.
Yeah, because it
Oh, it
usually
was-
is, in
It was in
fact.
the light.
Well,
then.
actually, you know what though? Because I do walk around a lot of times if nobody else is here, so I might.
I feel that.
Maybe. Anyway,
Ah,
so she walks to the lift. The doors open. She walks in. She looks behind her and she says, "Are you coming?"
Oh no, Ren's been going. He followed right behind.
Yeah.
She said Rem. She said credits. Ren came all over himself instantly.
Exactly. He said, "Who cares what she looks like?" She says
Yeah.
credits. Oh,
Exactly. Yeah. Figures. So, do you join her in the lift?
yes.
Mhm.
Once you join her in the lift,
She turns into an owl bear and kills everybody.
do it.
let me
Saw it coming from a mile away.
from a
Yep.
mile away. Where's my? Did I?
Actually, the lift is one giant. What do you call it? It's one giant mimic. The lift
damn.
is one giant mimic, and that's the end.
If she voluntarily walked into a mimic, damn.
She's part of the mimic.
Oh really? It's
Yeah.
like a.
It's like the SpongeBob anglerfish from the movie.
Oh my god. This
Everyone
entire
in the
place is a
everyone
mimic.
in the lift, make a saving throw versus magic wands.
God
God
damn it.
damn it.
She's just gonna kill us all in the lift now.
Yep. She's like, I'm gonna make a deal with you, and then you're dead. All of you are fucked.
Damn! Look at the war just there.
Ooh, the
I know.
war just making it, sliding in.
You said magic wands, yeah?
Yeah, Anya.
Oh yeah, Anya makes it. There we go. Oh, look at
Dang.
Kegel. I think everybody's
Everyone
made
but
it so
Ren.
far.
Ooh.
Oh no, Ren didn't. That's because Ren is so
Thanks.
focused on credits, he
I mean,
can't think of anything else.
This meeting took so long. He's not getting anything of value out of it.
What is Timmy's constitution? Why is that so low?
Actually,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No,
what's
that's
that?
really good.
Oh no, it's because Timmy is a halfling, and halflings have
Got it.
excellent saving throws. He's
Okay.
He's baller saving throws. That's why Kegel also pretty solid saving throws. Pretty good. Actually, it is 100% hilarious that Ren failed his saving throw, because there's a bit of pheromone in the air, and Ren has become enamored, not with credits, not at all.
Oh
In fact,
no.
he's
Oh
completely forgotten
no.
about
Oh my god,
credits.
I don't even know how to roleplay this.
I know, but you're gonna have to, because this is what's up.
This is amazing.
Ren is absolutely enamored with GiGi.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh wait a minute.
Uh,
Does that mean that because of Kegel's role, like way up there, that Kegel's just like, nah, not at all.
No, I mean
Nah.
you're if you made your saving throw, then you just feel the same way about her that you felt. Yeah, you feel how you felt about her already. But if you did not make your saving throw, and Ren totally failed his saving throw. Yeah, Ren. I mean, and it can even be like a quiet, and I mean, you figure out how best you're able to play this, dude.
You gotta role play this thing out, man.
But
you gotta roll this.
The thing is, though, is that I've never done this in real life, Dan.
I know, but
Yeah.
but you were an actor for several years,
That's
so
true. That's
Yeah,
true. I don't have a script.
yeah, you gotta. That's why you gotta get your what is it? What's your role playing chops?
No,
Yeah,
Harrison. Harrison, gassed on it. You just.
Oh
just,
yeah,
Oh my God! You've got to Gaston it.
But Gaston is way more enamored in himself
with
than Belle.
himself.
Actually,
It's true.
he
Yeah,
But
wants
yeah.
Belle because she's a
so
trophy
is
wife.
so is fucking Ren. That's how it is. Ren is enamored with himself.
With her
True.
wealth, he's
And
like, damn,
is
she rich.
yes. There it is, dude.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well,
You gassed
it would probably be
on this
yeah.
shit.
It probably
Ah,
would be Ren trying to impress. In fact, actually, she wants you guys to like, she's like wants you guys to do good. So when, she wants you guys to do this thing for her. So Ren's probably all about doing this fucking thing for her and her family.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna say at this point, probably nobody notices because Ren's literally the only one that failed. You might notice a sweet smell when you're next to her everybody kind of notices that she smells good, but other than that, you still just feel about how you feel about her. But Ren, on the other hand, oh no, he feels a whole different way, a whole
Oh
another
man,
way. So
God Almighty! I could imagine this Argyle in this situation. Oh, that would be the best thing ever.
if Argyle was here, he would be the one, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ren is only the one because Argyle's not here
This is true.
to
Yes.
be the meat in this situation. which is pretty funny. So the lift takes you down and she guides you down into what looks to be somewhat of an armory area. There are a couple of those suited, bubble-headed alien guys down here standing guard with those weird kind of wand rifle things. And you walk past them. There's some equipment on the walls, and then you kind of walk into a large room that looks like kind of a big gymnasium, but it's clean. It looks like you recognize it as somewhat of a training room.
Nice place.
I'm going to need to further assess your abilities in order to match you with proper equipment, bearing in mind that you, of course, have special needs, Gothics.
Thank
You
you.
do realize that Anya is still really like bruised and battered and and actually is probably still completely covered in not only her blood, but like other people's blood. I mean like she's like yeah.
Has she said anything?
Huh?
Has she said anything about it?
Well no, because she's been on since she killed that guy and she's still kinda on.
And GiGi recognizes that she's still on, so she's just like, "Let's go." If I'm not gonna say anything about her cleaning up. I don't give a shit. Like I'm ready to go. Like if she's ready to go, I'm ready to go. So yeah, unless she says anything about her wounds or how like fucked up she is or how like GiGi just completely ignores it. She's
Okay.
like she seems like ready to go. So if Anya doesn't bring it up,
She
does
probably
Anya?
won't bring it up until like it's time to rest, and then she'll
Okay.
probably that's because she's on right now. I mean, she
Mhm.
literally just like she's still on.
She's ready to go.
Yeah, she's just that's the way it is.
You know, I'm going to say I think that if something like this happened in real life, I would throw up. So I think that's what Ren's going to do. He's going to throw up.
Okay, so they
Because
get
I
down
feel
into
like it would just I feel like it's like
like you
just
get
even thinking about
nervous
this
and
stuff,
weird
it
and you'd
gives
be
me
thinking
like
about
pins
it.
and
Yeah.
needles in my whole body, and it's like it. The more I think about it, the cringier it feels, and the more I feel that way, and so I would probably throw up. So
Oh
that's what I'm
God.
gonna say.
Okay. Well, let's
Oh my God.
let's do this. Roll a constitution check. See if you're because I'm sure Ren probably wouldn't want to throw up. So
Yeah.
let's see how
He's
uh
stalwart.
See, you're holding it right now. You're kind of shaking and sweating. You want to throw up, but you're like, nah, I can't. I can't do it. So yeah, it's but you're holding it together for the time being. Um, so
Oh,
yeah,
hey, Big Papa Nelson. Big Papa Nelson is back.
yo,
What's up, Nelson?
what's up? Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Ren, are you okay? You don't look so well.
Nothing. He can't even
No.
hear you.
Oh my god. Okay.
Funny. So yeah, you're in this kind of big training chamber, and GiGi is like, so who's up?
It's been a minute. I think I'll give him my best shot. Gothic steps up.
Anya steps up too because, like, again, she's on, so she's just like, yeah.
Well, all right then. That works. How about all of you?
I'm ready to go anytime. Always have been,
Uh,
always will be.
I'm not feeling too well, ma'am.
Hmm. Something's wrong with your friend.
I didn't think Ren looked alright.
He'll get over it.
You didn't do anything to him, did you?
Did you say that to GiGi?
Yeah.
No, but there was that unusual incident earlier. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Hmm.
The sickness?
Mm,
I've never
Uh,
seen
that means
anything
he's
quite like that.
down with the sickness.
Down with
Wow.
the sickness. The extreme vomit scene that we had last time. That was last
Right.
game, right?
hmm
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess he can hold off for a moment.
No bile would ever make me feel like this.
Have a seat then. She she types some commands into a pad on the wall, and in front of you appear two roughly 9 foot tall green guys with one big eye in the center of their kind of big long head with spiny ears. These guys look like some slavers. They have materialized in the room and they're just kind of standing there frozen.
All right.
So
So
we just
so
attack?
can Anya get her bat lift? She needs her, she now needs her bat lift because we've now entered level 5 of Worf's holodeck.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. These two specimens that you see here are just like they look like they're wearing some kind of light armor, and they don't have any weapons that you can visibly see, or they're not holding anything.
Okay.
We'll start light.
So
Okay.
just
Is it
attack?
initiative?
Yeah, she kind of says, whenever you're ready. So then.
Oh, that is the wrong character. Disregard.
Don't forget to click on your person so that you populate.
And that,
the-
yeah, and you're rolling initiative, not you're just
Yeah,
you're,
yeah, yeah. You're
I
not.
didn't think we'd need to roll initiative against some dummies, but okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause they're not dummies. I mean, they're still now, but as soon as she hits go, man, they're not gonna be still anymore.
Okay. That's what
Yeah,
you meant.
yeah. So she's like,
Dang.
yeah.
I got a
Are you
banger
ready? And then
attack,
she
too.
hits the thing, and then they get initiative too. Trust me.
Gotcha. What a shame.
Everybody on the board.
This is just
Everybody-
everyone going.
everybody
Uh,
who's going. I
except
guess.
for
Other
Ren.
than Ren, maybe
Yeah.
if he's sitting out.
I mean, does he feel good enough that he could fight? Do you think?
I mean that's up
God
to you because
damn,
this
look at
is
Timmy.
your self-imposed sickness is he made
That's
his
true.
constitution check pretty hard, like easily. So if you want to, I guess maybe make another one because she is still watching you and she is still right there right next to you. So maybe make another constitution check to see if you think you can join
Nope.
Nah, you
Nope.
probably lost your lunch at that point. So everybody else, initiative begins. Ren thinks he's getting ready to step up, and he's just like,
Whoa.
not that.
So then that is everybody. Everybody's rolled
Okay,
initiative
alright, alright.
except for Ren. So
Got it. All right. So then, if that is accurate, then that means that, well, Timmy is up.
Timmy. Okay. Timmy dashes in with his
So there's
sword.
two guys. There's right one and left one.
Left.
Just to make it easy. All right. Let's see. And that is with his short sword. Why is my brain not working? Oh, there it is. That is not quite a hit.
It's all right. Limit testing.
Mm-hmm. Thiwar.
All right, how far away were these guys? Within 30
These
feet?
these guys are like, I mean, they're kind of, you're right in proximity, so you know, I don't know, 10 feet from you or whatever.
Okay, then I'm going also to the guy on the left, where Timmy went, but I want to get to the opposite side of where Timmy is, like essentially do flanking, even though that I don't think that exists. And if I still have my plasma dagger,
You do.
Ooh,
Though,
the worst hit you've ever seen.
yeah. It could have been just slightly worse.
That's true.
So, yeah. And Anya is up.
Anya's going for the guy on the right that hasn't been attacked yet.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
damn. And
All
then
right.
Anya showed up.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
Oh.
Anya.
I
What?
told you. I told you.
She's definitely
she was
on.
on.
Holy smokes.
gave him the quick 1-2.
Double crit.
The
How?
1-2.
Holy
Boom.
smokes.
Boom.
Yeah, that's right, GG.
Okay. All right. So what do we got here for
So on that double crit on the second one, do you take the -4 or do you leave it as a crit?
Well, you rolled a natural 20, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay,
Natural 20
okay.
is the natural 20. There's no
Gotcha.
it's
Gotcha.
it
It is what
it's
it is.
still it's
Yeah.
still a roll of a natural 20. Anytime you
Mhm.
roll a 20, it's always a crit. It doesn't matter what
Gotcha.
penalty
Gotcha.
is on it.
All right.
So
All
so
right.
yeah, no, they're both crits, which is absolutely insane. I was just trying to do some
That is
damage
insane.
calculation here.
That is
So,
totally insane.
Pretty whack.
wow. Okay, so Anya runs up with her daggers and basically like
Climbs him.
climbs this guy and like sticks her daggers into the tendons that join his
His arms.
arms to his, and just absolutely both of his arms just go limp, and he kind of starts like he basically stumbles back. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a double crit. He stumbles back and he's on the ground, and Anya is now on top of him, and
Is he not dead?
he is not dead, but he is just severely wounded with some wounds that are going to allow him not to easily attack you anymore,
Yeah.
because both of his
He's
arms are
hindered.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, both of his arms are like spaghetti now. He doesn't have,
Yeah.
yeah, they're all
Okay.
fucked up.
Mhm.
So there's that. And then Ren vomits and they go. So the one that Anya's on top of is obviously
Not
completely
doing anything.
incapacitated.
Yeah.
That one's not doing anything. And in fact, the the one that Anya is not on top of is of course going to attack Anya because she's like on top of this one, like next to him. So she's the
Mhm.
easy target, and he hits her. Uh, how's she doing again? What's her?
She only has 5 hit points.
Okay, so that's what I figured. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's incredible.
What?
4 damage. It was the minimum that this guy could possibly get.
God.
Oh my
Anya's
god.
in sicko mode today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's down to 1. He punches her, though he gets a second attack. And he misses with that one. He hits her with 1, but misses her. In doing that, he kind of slightly turns his back on whoever was the outer flank. So
I think that was Garrett.
I think
Sure.
I think that was a Thiwar. So at the moment, he actually kind of has his back to you. That may change, but it's Guthix.
All right, Guthix, seeing the opportunity. I mean, gotta kick a man when he's down, right? So
So
going
this is for
after
the
that
guy on
one.
the ground, right?
Yeah.
That Anya's on top of? That's the thing. Anya's on top of this dude.
You rolled for Timmy also.
Oh, oh, definitely can't read my rules today. Oh,
Missed anyway.
Yeah. All right. And then Kegel. Kegel. Kegel.
My mic was muted.
Noticed.
Yeah, so who's like the one dude still there, and the other dude is
on the ground with Anya on top.
Yes.
yeah. The one dude that is not with Anya on top has just magic missiles.
All right. You need me to roll that
Right.
damage?
What?
I mean, if it'll be
Is it-
faster than you doing it, probably.
Yeah,
All 3 at that guy, right?
yeah.
That explodes and hits that guy in the chest, and now that guy is not doing so well at all. But he's still up, and I believe it's initiative.
God damn, Timmy. Chill.
Man, this thing sucks. Like multiple monitors.
You do need multiple monitors.
Well, I'm playing on a laptop.
You don't have like an extra monitor that you can hook up as like a.
Yeah, my work computer's hooked up to them.
Why don't?
I ha-
Do you have like
I
a
have my
TV that you can hook it up to?
dude.
Put it on your
I
TV,
actually
dude.
I have my work monitors and my regular computer. I
To the
have my
same
work.
to the same
I have my
monitors, right?
I have my work computer and my home computer hooked to the same monitors, and I use them that way.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
how I
have
was
them.
doing mine when I was
Yeah,
working with that place.
yeah. I've got like wires going everywhere, but it works.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do that.
You should use a TV, man. You should just get. Does your laptop have an HDMI out?
No, I have a cable.
Yeah, I mean, if it has some sort of cable an out cable, you should just put it on your TV.
Way
Then
across
it'll
the
be all
room.
big and shit.
Hmm.
You've never been to my place. You should come over and like you'd see that I'm way across from my TV.
Ah,
Damn it, motherfucker. Okay, we got it.
I find it hard to believe you don't have an extra screen somewhere.
I got like lots of screens, but
That's what I'm saying, man. I find it hard to believe you
but
don't have
it's
an
just like
extra screen. You can't figure
it's
out
like not
something.
here downstairs. Like everything is upstairs, and then like I have 2 desks of 3 desks upstairs. One of them is covered in like music shit, all covered.
Holy smokes, Timmy again.
All right, Timmy, light on his feet as per usual. He's going to try and make another attack attempt on this left guy.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice! That was nice.
Yeah.
And he
Flip it on over.
takes he takes a dick attack and finishes that guy off.
Woo!
Oh, the guy that Anya was on top of, or the other guy?
The left guy is who I was attacking. So that's who I attacked before.
Yeah, that's
So
the
the guy standing.
guy standing. But that
Oh,
guy's
so
dead. Yeah,
ah, okay.
that guy's
Okay.
now dead. Dick attack on the standing guy, he's dead. And it's Anya's turn.
Oh, Anya.
Oh
Jesus,
my
man.
god! And
Dang.
boop.
I mean, the guy's dead, right?
Yeah,
He's
the guy's
dead.
dead. The guy's dead.
Well, you
The guy
certainly
probably.
were motivated.
Well,
Anya's
yes.
probably like,
Yeah. Anya's gonna get up and walk over to her and be like, I need to rest, and I need my wounds tended to.
that can be arranged. Take her to the med bay. She like gets one of the guys. He actually like pulls this thing out, and it's like you didn't see it before. He almost pulls it out of the wall, and it's like this floating chair.
Oh, am I getting the pike chair?
I mean, it's not like the full body like enclosed with just your head out all mangled, just your raisin head just sticking out of it. No,
Yeah.
it's just like it's like a floating. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
non-wheelchair. Because there are
Gotcha.
no
Gotcha.
wheels. It's a
Yeah.
it's a little like repulsor chair,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha. I gotcha.
basically. So they have stretchers too, if they need to take Ren away.
So
But
she's gonna sit down in the chair and she's gonna go get taken care of because at that she's almost died twice.
Yeah, it's been a rough
And
time for Anya on this planet. For sure.
Anya's had like a really rough time on
Mhm.
this planet. Like,
GiGi looks at Anya like getting carted away. She looks back over at Ren and she says, "Maybe we should continue this tomorrow. Let me arrange some quarters for you."
Thank you. I
Not
prefer not to
down
sleep on the floor again.
in the cells, right?
Sure.
I don't have
you
to
for
get back on that moving platform, do I? It smelled horrible in there.
Well, damn.
Nah, it was the sweetest smell you've ever smelled.
It was so sickeningly sweet.
Ah,
I don't know what you've done to me, but every time I look at you, I want to vomit.
Do you actually say that to her?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ah, I think I know the problem. Yes. Um, Let me take my leave. I'll call you for dinner. Weak-willed. And then she gets back on the lift and she disappears and after a little bit one of those bubbled suited aliens comes and picks you up and takes you to your rooms. Each of you has actually quite a nice little room.
Oh,
A
so we
nice
each get our own little room.
you each get a nice little private room. It actually looks like a little hotel room because in
Oh.
fact that's kind of what it is. So like this little like your door opens and you go inside and there's like a little bed and there's like a little place to wash up and it's like the fanciest tavern room you have ever seen in your entire life. It's way nicer than anything you have on the ship.
Hmm.
Beds are comfortable. There's all kinds of stuff in there that you're not sure about what it is. So everybody is kind of escorted and so now you're all in your little rooms.
Except Anya. Anya's in the med bay.
She's in the med bay and then eventually she'll get back to her room. They'll go ahead and administer some healing to Anya in the med bay. She's gonna get back 11.
Well,
Wow,
she's all the way up
that's
to
some good
12.
healing.
She's up to 12 of 26. She's not quite half yet. They probably clean her up though.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, if they're like treating her wounds, they're not just gonna like let her be covered in gore. Just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, here's all this infection in
Mhm.
introduced
Yeah.
here.
Spray
It's
us
just
down
great.
again with those hoses, aren't they?
Exactly. Those hoes. Speaking
Ren
of
is
those
down.
Speaking of those hoes, I have to. Okay, guys, I'm gonna
Oh
take a
god.
quick interlude here from the game
Okay.
because
I'm gonna listen while you talk. I'm
I
gonna just go
decided
grab something to go find some
to.
hose.
No, I decided. Let me just download TikTok and see what
Oh
Nice.
god.
TikTok is about.
Oh
Like
my
because I was
god.
like, oh, let's see what TikTok's like.
It's got everything.
It's like super popular. I'll tell you, there's like 50% of what's on there seems like, or at least this is just what I'm getting so far, and I don't
Yeah, you
know,
gotta let it algorithm you.
We're fucking
but
old, dude.
but here's what I'm getting. I'm getting like uh people talking to other people on the street. There's all like a lot of that, like a lot of like
Yeah.
kind of
Free
interview
interviews,
like and
garbage.
it's often like either making the person look real fucking stupid. Like, you interview somebody and they don't know what a country is.
Oh
Was
god.
like one
Mm.
of them. Like the girl was like, "What's a country?" It's just like, what the fuck? So like half like there's a bunch of that. There are a bunch of what I would call fake pranks because they're like pranks, but they're like
Oh yeah,
clearly like set up, which
staged.
is
Really?
fucking
I don't think I've gotten
retarded.
like any pranks.
Really? So I like
Yeah.
got some of those, but then about 50% of it is thoughts of all ages,
Wow,
just like
thoughting it up.
pulling off their clothing and like just being in like bikinis.
Oh god.
That's what I
That's
imagine Jeff Chen's look like.
That's
what's
probably
that?
exactly what Jeff
I
looks
said
like.
that's probably what Jeff Chen's looks like.
It's
It's
just
our
like
friend.
there's so it's like weird. It's like there's it's literally all ages. Like so like I'll see ones that are like, would you date a 50-year-old? you know, and then it's like, boo, 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 and she's got like big titties or something, and you're just like, fucking fuck. You know, it's just I don't know. I'm like
Hilarious.
I tried to look up stuff that I was into, but I don't think the things that I like are really big
It's
on
tough. I'm
TikTok.
sure that they would. The thing is that there's a little of everything on TikTok. It just takes a while to get to certain things.
Yeah,
Like
I'm seeing a bunch of dumb shit.
whenever I was in Vermont, I used to get
I
like
need to get more drink.
snowboarding TikToks like all the time. And
Really?
then that set me into like most of the TikToks I'd get for a while were like extreme sports for like a month or two. And I
Yeah.
only got extreme sports. I mean, I'm down. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean that would be great because then I mean at least if I was getting something that I was like I wanted to see like something that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's like it's like even the women that I'm getting are like no, they're like not even that attractive.
Mm.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's kind of like what is this for?
Yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna do the TikTok thing. It's just not for me. No.
Yeah, it's
No.
I've only had
If
it
you
for like a
love to
couple
waste
days,
your
but it's
time,
oh
it's
man,
really good at that.
it's terrible. It's just absolute.
Yeah.
Just I don't.
I
I'm not understanding it at all. But I think I'm just an old man.
I don't have that time. I don't have that time kind of time to waste. No. Mm,
Yeah, yeah. No,
no.
for real. I gotcha.
No.
I gotcha. I mean, same. But I just I wanted to. I thought like, oh, like let me just look at it. Maybe there's something there. Nah, there's not at this point. Not for me anyway. Definitely not. So all of you are in your fancy little hotel rooms.
Yeah.
All
Dren,
right.
what's the stuff
Dren
in
just
there that
completely passed the fuck out. You said right?
Let me ask you this, because Anya's clothing got shredded too, pretty much. In the hotel rooms, are there extra clothes?
ooh, any like nice robes?
In the
Is there
med bay,
is there
Anya was
anything?
probably given like a little outfit, like a little medical outfit. Probably not a gown, but just like a little top and like loose pants. Like a
Okay.
little like pajama type, just like a little medical
Mm-hmm.
outfit, like a loose medical outfit to kind of wear in the med bay. In the rooms there are very nice robes.
But nothing, no clothing.
There's no clothing, no. There's spaces for clothing, like there are drawers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally very, very similar to a hotel room. It's imagine like you walk into kind of a you're Anya and you've walked into a Holiday Inn Express,
Oh
but
God.
it's a super futuristic Holiday Inn Express.
Right. So I'm
You've
trying to
walked
figure out.
here.
I'm trying to
You've
figure out
walked
what
into
I've got.
Galaxy's Edge, man. Or no,
Like
what's the fucking Star Wars hotel that they're charging
that's
people
it.
six thousand
Galaxy's
dollars?
Edge. It's Galaxy's Edge. Or no, no,
Well,
no.
Galaxy's Edge is the park, but the
It's the
hotel is called
Star
something. It's
Cruiser.
Star
It's
Cruiser. Yeah, that
the
bullshit.
yeah.
You're in there.
So
You're in one of those
I'm trying
rooms.
to figure out. So like, are her boots and her clothes gone too? Like, was everything? I'm trying to figure out what she actually has.
Her armor was messed up. Her
Okay.
clothes probably were pretty messed up. I'm gonna say she
Okay.
probably still has her boots.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually take. Well, I'm gonna keep plain clothes because the pajamas are kind of like plain clothes to her. So I'll
Yeah,
keep
I mean
plain
at the
clothes
moment
on.
she's wearing what kind of look like scrubs, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ethics is going to thoroughly enjoy his robe, and he's going to probe around the room for all the weird stuff.
You put on the robe. It's natural fiber, which is
Ooh.
nice because almost nothing in here is natural fiber. But whatever this robe is made out of, it's made out of some like very soft natural fiber. It's super plush and has an incredibly high thread count.
Oh
Very
shit.
nice.
Is it white?
It is white. Mhm. Yeah.
Are there windows?
There are no windows, but of course there are
There are walls.
panels. There are
There are
panels that
windows
you
and a
recognize
wall.
as likely being screens or interactive in some way. you would
Mhm.
have to kind of play around with those things, but nah, no windows. Because remember, you've seen the outside of this building. There are no windows on this building,
Oh,
and it wouldn't
okay.
matter anyway, because even if there were windows, it would just see outside to like the, you're in the
The ship.
uh
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
ship, and you're in the very bottom, so there's not much to see
Hmm.
outside. But
Were we locked in these rooms? Like, are we hostage still, or do we have the freedom to like? Can I try to walk out the door?
you go over to your door, and as soon as you approach your door goes, like, as soon as you're standing right in front of it, it goes whoosh and opens up. The hallway's in front of you. You peek outside.
Yeah.
You peek out. No guards that you can see, though. Thiwar's a smart guy. You know for a fact that she has some sort of surveillance because she told you about all of your movements. So
Right.
you figure likely you're being surveilled, but there's nobody like guarding you. There's nobody in the hallway, and if you walk out into the hallway and like walk around down the hallway, like nothing happens.
Okay.
Anya is going to use her tech skills from working on the bridge to see if she can figure out how to get something to eat. Because she knows from working on the bridge that she could have the galley deliver food to her on the bridge.
Well, what does she do? She's in her room. She just got back to her room.
She's going to find one of those panels and she's going to start investigating the panels to see if she can figure out how to get some how to she's going to see if she can work the panel first, and then if she can work the panel, she's going to see if she can figure out how to get something to eat.
Make an intelligence check.
These haven't gone so well because the last couple times she's blown things up. If she gets a 1 and blows up her panel, that's it. I'm done. I'm not
Dies.
playing anymore. I'm
Dies.
done.
Dies in the room. What happened to Anya? I don't know.
God damn it. Well, at least it wasn't like a 20 or
These panels are definitely different than the ones on the ship, and you're not sure that they're even in a language that you can read.
Celtics is going to leave his room and he's going to look for that restaurant that GiGi mentioned.
All right.
Ren's
I think
gonna find the
I
Coliseum.
I think that's probably the thing that Anya will do if she can't figure it out. She'll probably just leave the room to go find something to eat because, mm, as far as she knows, she hasn't eaten in 2 days.
Yeah,
She's
she
hungry.
hasn't eaten. She hasn't. Yeah, you guys probably are
Nope.
pretty
Nobody
pretty
have it.
starved.
Nobody's
Yeah.
eaten in like 2 days.
Well, we have rations, but
Yeah,
they're
some
rat-
people did eat some rations. It
And
is
some
true.
Ren
people-
was eating cheese and beef jerky.
Yeah,
and
and
some
because Timmy was like drinking. I know that for sure.
What is he not?
Exactly.
and I think some people were throwing up, so it's like
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good question. Would you be looking for food, or would you just be passed the F out? That is the question. How tired would you really be? I'm thinking everybody's probably tired as hell.
Too tired to go and get food? Never.
I'm definitely too tired to go and get food very often.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Me too.
Incredibly often, actually.
Yeah, yeah. A lot.
I think Anya is tired, but because she got treated and healed a little bit, and she got that chance to like rest up in the infirmity, she realizes she's hungry, and so even though she's tired, it's one of those I'm dragging myself to get some food before I go to bed.
So then anybody that went out, you kind of like see each other in the hallway. So whoever's out in the hallway. So who's all out in the hallway then?
Food.
Ren.
Anya,
And the
Timmy.
war.
Did literally everyone go out into the hallway? All right. So everybody's kind of like meandering around out in this hallway. It's kind of a round hallway, and everybody's kind of like, so you're all kind of out there in the hallway now. The rooms, there are doors on either side of the hallway.
Oh, are they enumerated somehow that we would know which room is ours?
Every room has a symbol on it, but it is not a symbol that you recognize. It's a symbol you could probably memorize, but it's not one that it's not like it's not one of your numbers
Okay.
if it is a number. But you kind of figure it probably is a number because they seem to have some sort of a pattern to them. So you're all
Okay.
kind of standing
Hey, guys.
outside in the hall.
I see.
Your
Like,
rooms are also like all right next to each other. So
Well,
like
we broke
Thiwar's
into the-
room, and then Anya's room, and then like Ren's room, and then Timmy, and then Guthix, and then Kegel.
I
We
feel
broke
like
into the kitchen.
we need
We
to
head
find
that
some
way.
food.
that's what I was thinking. I heard. Heard GiGi mention something about a restaurant. Maybe we can find that. So
I wonder
I'm
if they'll
gonna walk
serve
down the
us.
hallway.
So you're walking down the hallway, and the hallway is, as I said, it's a big circle. Are you going to walk right or are you going to walk left? All of your rooms were on the same side, and you feel like all of your rooms are on the
The outside?
outer side. Yes. But you
I'm
have no idea, you're not even really sure where your rooms are as far as like in relation to anything else. Like what floor, like where. So yeah, right or
Right.
left around the circle.
I'm a left kind of guy.
Always left.
Okay. You go about halfway around the left way, and finally, you finally come to two sets of doors that are different from the other doors. The other doors clearly room doors. You come to two sets of doors, one on the left on the outside, one on the right on the inside, that look like the big double lift doors. And there's a panel next to each one.
I'm going to press the panel for the outside door.
Okay. You press the panel for the outside door, and whoosh, the doors open, and there's a lift in front of you. It's about the same size as the one that you were on prior. You could probably all fit inside it, or easily all fit inside it.
Is everyone coming along, or do you want to split up to look for this place?
I say we should probably stay together.
Okay.
I don't want to miss out on this restaurant. I'm going with you.
Okay, so you you get in, and there are 5 dots, and it looks like you're in the middle dot. Like
Okay.
there's like 5 dots. The middle dot is lit up. The 2 dots above and the 2 dots below are just like just circles, not filled in.
For us, we would all assume, because it's the way that we are on our planet, almost every tavern, the inn is above, the tavern is below. So I would
Yeah,
say
I agree with
that
that line of thinking.
we would probably go down.
Okay. So do you press just the one down, or do you press the bottom all the way to the bottom?
Anya presses the bottom because that's where she would assume that the rest, because that's the easiest way to get into a restaurant, right? At the bottom.
Okay. So thing goes, you press the bottom, doors close, you can feel yourself going down a little bit, and then finally you get to the bottom, doors open, and oh, it smells weird down here. You think you're like, you think you're down in an area close to the area where the cages were, where the
Ooh.
combatants were held.
Maybe this isn't
Possibly
right.
a little too low. Maybe we should go up.
So go on to say doors close. You go up one, doors open. Now there's another hallway. It's similar to the hallway that you were in where your rooms were, where it looks like it curves around. And but there are less doors in this hallway. You don't hear when the doors open, you don't hear anything. You there's just an empty hallway.
Well, it should be late, right?
You're thinking.
Yeah.
We have
Well,
no idea what time it is. Oh my
You
god.
don't know. You really have no idea.
I suppose it's worth a look around.
Can I make a check to see if I remember from the lift before what dot GG's office was?
It was all the way up,
Gigi's
wasn't it?
Gigi's office was definitely all the way up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. You didn't have to make a check for that.
Well, if it's not this floor, then maybe it's the floor above us. But we should go and check this out. It's a
Check out
circle. I mean,
this floor.
because isn't the thing, isn't the building a round building?
Yeah.
So yeah, so if we like walk around, we'll eventually come back
Come
to a
back.
left. So
Okay.
yeah,
You go out right or left? Left.
left.
You come
Course.
out, you walk around the left, and as you're walking, you can hear like people. There are doors on the inner on the right side, on the inner side as you're walking around the left, and there are clearly people like whatever's going on in these rooms, it's like there's like hooting and hollering.
Anya's gonna look at one of the doors and press the pad beside the door.
She presses the pad beside the door. The door opens up. The room is filled with chairs and
For some
various
reason,
aliens and other species of beings inside that are all facing the opposite wall, which is a giant window. And they seem to be like cheering and hooting, and many of them are standing. Some of them are pressed up against like the window. Clearly, they're watching something inside.
I have a feeling this is the viewing area for the ah Colosseum.
makes sense.
That makes the most sense.
Before you close the door, you see like the window in front of this particular box. There's this like, and there's just this splatter across it, confirming what you thought was yeah. So yeah, these people are viewing and likely betting, as GD described before, on the combatants within.
Okay. So not food. Next.
One more.
I guess we'll probably listen at each door to see what we hear
Most of these
as
doors,
we go around.
most of these doors on this level there's a lot of racket on this level. Even from in the hallway, as you walk down the hallway, it's just like the din of just people. "Ah, yeah, kill him, kill him."
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're likely just different viewing platforms for the arena. So
yeah.
On our floor, the third floor, did we walk halfway around and hit a left, or did we walk all the way around and hit a left?
You walked about a quarter of the way around and hit a lift.
Okay. Okay. The restaurant could be on our floor too. We didn't make it all the way around. Do you want to go to the floor above though, before we go back to our floor?
Of course.
Yeah, let's check out 4 first.
Alright. So I guess we're gonna go back to the lift and hit 4.
Okay.
Or what we would consider 4.
All right. Yeah, the second one from the top.
Yeah, yeah.
So you you go back over to the lift and you press the panel and it takes a little bit longer this time. And when it opens up, there are two individuals inside. They're dressed in kind of, you think, fancy clothing? It's sparkly. They're both of them are kind of blue complected, human size with a great spiny kind of like a tall spine, almost like a mohawk, but it's like a spine. So they're like completely hairless, but they have this like big spine. So these like blue guys with like a big spine, and you think it might run all the way back down the back. There is
Are they fish people like Mick Fleetwood from from Next Gen?
Excuse me, do you know where the restaurant is?
the restaurant. That is where we are heading.
Perfect.
Oh, do you mind if we join you?
Come aboard. So these two people, they look like there's a male and a female, and yeah, like now that you're getting a look at them, they look like they're definitely not not combatants or anything like that. They're in their clothes, while very alien and unusual to you, are clearly meant to be fancy. They're clearly meant to be decorative.
Mm-hmm.
And and the female, when you say the restaurant, she hits the second to top, the number 4. And you go up to that and it opens up, and when it opens up you actually hear sound as well, because you've opened up into a the this floor kind of has what you would call an open floor plan, and the restaurant is here. And
Unfortunately, we are the food and we have to fight to not be the
unfortunately,
food.
all of you are highly underdressed, and while the individuals that you rode the lift with were quite polite and didn't stare at you at all, now that you're in the restaurant, you realize that you're probably underdressed. However,
Ren is going to ask where the restroom is, or the changing room. Ren doesn't have to be underdressed.
that's well, I guess. Wait, wouldn't Ren have left his fancy clothes down in the down in his room? Would he have really brought everything
Oh,
up with him?
probably not.
Even
I mean, he probably would have left his stuff.
even for being like in a mixed hotels, like my
Well, and
robe
that's what I
is
was saying.
adequate.
The thing
That's the
is,
thing,
it's
though.
like, yeah, it's like other than Anya, it's kind of hard to tell. But you guys, it, even if you've cleaned yourselves up, you look like vagrants in any culture, because your stuff is just shabby. And that's the difference, is that everybody in here looks shiny, looks new. Even though there's like different cultures, it's still there's still somewhat of a glitz going on. And you guys like literally look like the fucking dog kids on the side of the road.
Well, yes, but isn't the robe I'm wearing like a nice silk robe?
Oh
Well,
my
it's
god, he came down in the bathrobe.
so that's actually even funnier, because that would be like you going into the fancy restaurant with the bathrobe on. But Guthix
Damn.
doesn't know. Of
That's
course.
that's awesome.
It's
I'm quite enjoying it. High thread count. It's very soft.
yeah, I mean it's super let me ask you this. Did Guthix put on anything besides the robe, or is he rocking the bathrobe just like just rocking just the bathrobe.
Oh, Geltix keeps it natural.
I figured. That's actually so.
Oh God.
Seeing everyone's dress, can I cast Doppelganger on myself and just make myself in a pristine black suit?
Sure. So Thiwar just illusioned himself a perfect little outfit.
See, I can see Ren going into the bathroom, waiting for somebody to come into the bathroom,
Knocks him out.
knocking them on the head, and stealing their clothing.
Yeah,
The-
no, he doesn't need clothes.
I was gonna say the problem with that is in any other situation, Ren is probably gonna be about the same size and build as most of the men in the room. In this situation, hoping that somebody that's actually even the same shape as you comes into the. In fact, there's some weird washrooms in here. If Ren went into the washroom, man, he's trying to figure out how some of these things work. Is that a hole in the ceiling? Fuck is that for? You know, it's for
I think
aliens
Gel-
that shit out their head.
Shit
It's
out
a
their
thing.
head.
Um,
I'm sure
yeah.
it is for some.
So so you're kind of wandering around the restaurant. By the way, what is Kegel doing? Because it's Kegel.
Looking for food.
Actually, Kegel is probably the most well dressed of all of us, and because she hasn't really gotten into a whole lot of she hasn't gotten into physical combat.
Yeah,
She stayed out of.
Kegel's kept herself dry. She's been floating around. That's her MO. So you're in there. You're in this restaurant. And it's a restaurant. There are tables, there are, people come. So you kind of walk out and
Anya's gonna find the first empty table, and that's where she's gonna sit.
so she starts to walk in and this thing kind of slides up in front of her. This it's
A,
kind
a
it's kind of the shape of like an ottoman. It seems like it's glowy and pink and kind of jello-y, and it kind of slides up in front of her, and it says, "Do you have a reservation?"
Oh my God, is it see-through?
It's see-through.
Oh my God, this is like an ochre jelly or like a slime from a dungeon. She'd be like flipping the fuck out.
hmm Yeah,
Actually, no, she wouldn't.
it just
We
kind of
haven't encountered that.
you haven't encountered that. Yeah, she
Yeah,
probably and she was in the desert.
she's
She
probably
probably's never
yeah,
seen anything like this at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like a giant translucent pencil eraser, and it kind of just slides up over in front of her, and it's really like wiggly like Jello, and it says, "Do you have a reservation?"
We special guest the GiGi herself,
Name?
Anya.
Oh yes, right this way. And it kind of like
Anya's like turns her head back and looks at the rest of the people like, oh my God, that worked.
there's a little like it leaves a little trail, but the trail evaporates almost immediately.
Okay, Anya
Ju-
follows.
Just
Why
so you
not?
know.
Yeah.
So
She just follows.
Good job,
Anya
Anya.
follows this thing. It kind of takes you all the way through the restaurant. You get some stairs, but nothing that you're not used to.
He probably stares right back at her, just like,
Timmy notes that you do pass a quite a stocked bar that's directly in the middle of the restaurant. That is like a round bar. that seems to be quite popular. Um,
Excuse me.
the pink slimy racer guy finally gets you to this area kind of in the back that has this like there's like these sections that are roped off with like
Oh my
stairs
god.
going up, and he gets up to one of the sections, and this little kind of like kind of like a little like thing comes
Appendage?
off, yeah, a little prehensile goo, and unhooks the thing and says, "This way, ma'am." And if you go up it's just like a couple stairs, and you're kind of like up in a, you're like in a
We're in the
private,
VIP. We're
yeah,
in the VIP
you're like in a
section.
very VIP area essentially.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where like you gotta get in, you gotta slide around. It's like the
Okay.
big round one, so you gotta slide around.
Cool.
We're in the VIP bottle service area.
Someone will be around to take your drink order.
Thank you.
And that thing slides away. So you're like hanging out, the restaurant. Is anybody not sitting here? Or is everybody like chilling in the VIP area? Is anybody doing anything else?
Oh, I mean,
Not here.
Timmy was very took a nice note of the bar, but he will not pass up a VIP seat. That's for
Gotcha.
sure.
So he's just gonna wait.
Anya just kind of. Are these comfortable seats?
Yeah, they're like real plush.
Yeah. So she's like slumped back, like
Yeah, she might
relaxing.
actually fall asleep before. I feel like that could
She's
be
kind of like.
likely.
She's kind of like, yeah, okay.
Also, Ren is starting to feel kind of normal again. It's been a while since you've been around GiGi. You're like
Nice.
starting to feel yourself. It's almost like that never even happened. It's almost like, no, that never happened. Like you didn't even like that. That was whatever.
He
That's
just
just
has
like
to remember to plug his nose when he goes around her.
that was just weird. Not even a big deal. No, you're not even aware of it in that sense. You don't have any kind of awareness of that. Not at
Really?
all.
Okay.
No, no, no. It's just kind of like, I was just feeling bad. It's fine. I'm okay now. I was just like, weird situation. I'm on a crazy planet. Maybe I caught like a quick bug or something, but I'm okay now.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's not how I would like. I don't know. I don't think I'd rationalize it that way.
Well, however you rationalize it, what I'm telling you is that you don't know that it's her
Yeah. Okay.
for sure. You're not aware of it at all. Other people might be aware that she had an effect on you, but because you failed your saving throw so poorly, no, you have no fucking clue that it was her. No, no. That's kind of the way the charm works.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you don't know. Other people might have kind of noticed, but unless somebody points it out to you, no, Ren's gonna be totally oblivious of the fact. It was literally like he was charmed.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not really a spell, but an ability that mimics a spell essentially. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You fail your saving throw, you're done. Yeah, that's it. So,
So you
yeah.
don't know that you were charmed if you were like charmed by a spell too.
Well,
Just for
not
like clarification
not
in the future.
necessarily. Not if you weren't
Okay.
not if you had no way of knowing that you were charmed by a spell. No, of course not.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
So
Anyway,
wait a minute. So the goal is to kill GiGi and drain her of her fluids so that we can use those fluids on other.
That's what I was saying. She has some pretty strong poison that I need to get a hold of.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but the problem is
People.
does it work without her being alive? Probably not, because it's like,
He's got no idea.
Some say it
exactly.
works even better.
Some say it might. You never know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you're kind of hanging out, everybody's just chilling, and this little thing kind of comes over, this little like It just looks like a little box, and it just kind of floats over to your table. Drink order?
Water.
Oh yes. Can I have the house special?
Ah,
The house special.
you make it a double.
Wine or liquor?
Liquor, please.
Always take liquor.
Oh yeah.
Liquor.
Oh yeah. So everybody orders their drinks. The little box flies away, and a few minutes later, little box reappears with a little tray on it with all of your drinks. Kind of floats down to the table. Please take your drinks. You
Do
grab
they
your
look
drinks.
Yeah, do they look anything like we would recognize anything? Like Anya would order ale.
Yeah, it's a type of ale. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's some type of ale. Yeah, if you ordered your drink. Now, some of you actually might be familiar with, some drinks that might be popular and common because there was an episode where many drinks were made. So,
That is true.
you order your drinks, and they are, for the most part, to your satisfaction. And once you order your drinks, the little box asks you if you would like food, or if you would
Yes,
just like to keep drinks coming.
food would be good.
Ooh, please.
What would you
Yeah.
like?
You
What's the
have
most popular dish that you serve here?
What salads do you have?
Salads?
He's got to eat light. He was just sick.
True, true. Hmm. The little box rattles off a menu of unusual things that you've never heard of, and then makes a couple of recommendations.
Whichever's the lightest of his recommendations. That's what I'll tell it.
The little box makes a special recommendation for little guys with a sour stomach.
Perfect.
Cool
Ah,
guys.
Anya's actually just going to order a stew, like she would order at a tavern at home. If she were kind of feeling under the weather, she's gonna order like a stew that she would get in the capital.
There's
You
there's
know,
a special called combatant stew.
what is combatant stew?
It is a delicious medley of
Made
many
up of
meats.
made up of different combatants.
combatants.
Mini meat.
Many meats.
Do you have potatoes?
There are root vegetables in the combatant stew, along with
Oh,
its plethora of meats. An
Anya will go ahead.
ever-changing variety, you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, do you have any
I,
vegan options?
I actually don't think Anya's going to order that.
What do you mean? Sentient meat is the best meat. I mean, I'm sure there are some people in the galaxy that believe that. Why wouldn't there be?
Yep.
So you make your orders, and your food comes, and
Oh, wait a minute. Does it really come? Does it just arrive
You
and go,
gotta
oh,
it
you
arrives.
gotta order the fajitas so they come in sizzling on the big old
yeah.
plate and
oh
make a
yeah.
big show of it.
Yes, do you do hibachi here?
Nah, man. Burgers with all the fixins.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be
Onion,
here
So
for a few weeks, so I'm sure
uh,
we'll try the whole
with
menu.
with with onion straws.
So you're sitting there eating, and
That's
you
it.
know,
We need that
there's
bloomin' onion.
the general chatter of a restaurant. Things are good. It's quite good. You're impressed by the food. You're hanging out in the plush VIP area. There's the din of the restaurant, and then it quiets. People start to look, and you see GiGi has entered the restaurant, and she walks over past the bar, and there's there's some sort of large black instrument. She hops up on it, and a many
Oh my.
armed a
Oh
many
my.
armed a musician starts
Dude,
to tickle
yeah,
the
you
Uh,
keys.
can I
what were
cast
you
Auditory Illusion on her?
what were you doing? What were
She sounds
what were
awful tonight.
what were you doing when you crafted this that you were like, I'm gonna this tiny girl in this 70s golden outfit and I'm gonna put her on a big black I'm gonna mount her on this big
On a
black
piano?
instrument.
That's
Yeah,
like super normal.
yeah,
What? I don't
exactly.
even know what you're talking about, Tim.
Exactly. This is like, I mean,
That's like a
it's
literal classic trope.
yeah, it is the classic trope. You know, the femme
Yeah.
fatale gets on the, gets up on the piano, and she starts to sing. Uh
Works the magic.
what was your
Ren, how you feeling,
auditory
bud?
illusion, by the way?
I just wanted to sound like the deepest, wettest fart possible as soon as she gets there. Just rips one.
Yeah. You're a butler. Yeah, you are. You're a goddamn butler.
Butler, all right.
So she sits up on this thing, and there's this crazy noise. Like, as soon as she sits up on it, it's just like it's kind of like long and drawn out. Everyone
In
is
some cultures though,
completely silent. Like you could hear a pin drop, and then
Oh, I'm dead.
Gigi herself just like starts cracking up. She's laughing so hard that she almost falls off the thing.
uh,
And then she puts this she's got this little thing in her hand, and she goes, "Good one." And you can hear her voice like all through the restaurant. It's like real loud. And then the guy starts and she begins to sing. Fly me to the moon.
oh God.
Of course.
Copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Instantly.
When the
Convinced it.
moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
That's amore.
Yeah. So yeah, she's doing her thing, and she's kind of walking around the room, working the room. She uh-oh. Fuck. She's singing. She just came over to the VIP section. Everybody make save throws versus magic wands. Holy crap. The whole room is enamored by her, by the way. Like, everybody's eyes are on her. Some people are drooling, not from the food.
Ooh, just barely.
Oh yeah, I made it.
Oh no,
Oh
Thiwar.
no.
Oh no, Thiwar.
Oh man, that's a terror. Oh, so Ren got over it real
Mm,
quick, boy.
Ren is
Ren
gonna
is
leave.
Ren Ren is like, I gotta get the fuck out of here right now.
Damn, but the war.
But see
It
see
doesn't
that's
matter if
Bad.
his food has even showed up.
That's the thing though. That is perfect because it's like she knew, like, and just like went, just walked over and went. Oh no!
Eagle.
Oh no!
I always knew that Kegel was not exactly straight anyway. We knew Kegel was a poly.
Yeah.
No one knows what Kegel is exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
does Kegel identify as a they them?
she identifies as a deer.
Identifies
Deerkin.
as possibly a tree.
So Kegel is wow. This lady
Holy,
is
but
something else. But
nah.
Thwar, oh
Oh,
man.
dude.
Thwar
The war just creamed in his pants.
Thwar is is pretty like he almost wants to join her in a duet.
I'll get up and start walking up to her.
All right. So Thwar
Oh
she
my
she
god.
comes over, and as she's getting ready to leave, Thwar kind of starts to walk, and she kind of glances over her shoulder. She sees him, and she kind of leads him teasingly back up to the instrument, and she turns around and tosses him a microphone.
Ooh, what songs would the war know?
Well, you're a butler
Yeah, you're a butler.
from.
You might know a
Here's the
few.
thing. You're a butler from a city that is a coastal sea town.
True.
Those are
Wade,
the
he sings Wade
those
in
are
the
the
Water.
songs. Those are the songs that you're gonna know. You're gonna know sea shanties.
All right.
That's what you're
Um,
gonna know.
I'd like to dedicate this next
But
song to our lovely host,
colloquial
GiGi.
colloquial sea shanties at that.
Yeah.
Well, see, you guys don't know everything that there is to know about Thwar. I feel like Thwar probably has knowledge of probably a lot of culture songs. He probably pulls something out. But would he sound good? That's the question.
He'll try.
That would
So
be a charisma. Would that be a charisma
it
check?
would be a charisma check. So here's the question. Is Thwar going to sing naturally, or is he going to maybe attempt to, I don't know if he has any way, but possibly enhance his voice with magic? He's an illusion guy. I don't know if he's got anything that might
I already burned my auditory illusion.
auditory illusion. Already burned it for the joke.
You headed for the fort.
Uh, I can cast deafness on everyone so they can't hear. That's about it.
Yeah, that's probably not it. Yeah, go
I
ahead
have
and
no
roll a
other.
charisma check. You're just gonna sing with your
Sorry.
natural voice. Just gonna get out there.
Gotta get out there, Thor. Shoot your shot, man.
Not bad.
Oh, not
Thwar
bad.
starts singing, and that many tentacled guy catches right up. He's right on the ball. He's a professional musician, and he's kind of following your lead, and yeah, it's going. And Gigi is adding even though she doesn't know your words, she's adding a vocal harmony to that. And she's kind of learning the words because especially if you're singing a song that has a refrain, obviously at some point the refrain will repeat and she'll sing. So there's a nice performance. You finish, the whole place claps. In fact, there's a standing ovation, and and yeah, Gigi hops off the instrument and says, "You're not bad."
Why, thank you. You were fantastic yourself, as to be expected.
Well then, I'll have to
Oh,
take my leave. Have a good
wait, I
night.
think you dropped something. And I'll pretend to like bend down to pick something up, and I'll pull out a ring that I have, an engraved ring.
Oh
Think you
my.
drop this, and like try to give her an engraved ring.
She she looks at you and let's see. Oh, why, thank you, good sir. And yeah, she accepts your ring.
It was the engraved ring that we found the first time we saw a carriage with Len that he had on his
Oh,
person.
gotcha. I see. All right. So yeah, she takes the engraved ring, and when she takes it, she lets her fingers kind of like linger on your hand for just a moment before turning and walking away without looking back.
Oh,
Feels the
Kegel,
earth ring.
come on, Kegel. Are you gonna take that? He just made a move on your woman.
Yeah, man.
Come on, Kegel. Are you gonna take that?
Yeah. I'll sit back in the corner and touch myself.
And mope.
You say touch yourself?
Yeah. It's freaking weirdo.
That's the thing though.
I'm
That
gonna
that
turn
really is
myself invisible and touch myself in front of everyone where no one can
that
see
act
except for Ren, who fortunately
No,
just
Ren.
left.
Yeah, Ren left. I
I
was
don't have
gonna say.
invisibility anymore.
actually that is probably the most Kegel thing that could actually happen. To be
Just
perfectly honest.
Massive pervert. Well, there you go.
It is true. Well, next time on Dix in the Dark present Up and Away Nova Destiny. The gang is gonna get outfitted with some new equipment, and they're going to have to steal some art. Dun dun dun.
Some art. Ooh. Cool stuff.
We
Well,
we gotta go find this guy named Art, and we got we
What, you
gotta
guys don't want to
steal
play
his
an
act.
a sci-fi art heist?
no, that sounds
By
sick.
the way, did you see uh the cool Instagram post that I put up? Did you see my image?
I don't think I did.
Pretty dope.
I'll have to go take a look. Speaking of which, is this character is this a mid journey gear like generated?
This is not.
Sure.
It's not. Is it Mid Journey? Is she Mid Journey or is she some other AI?
Generated.
She is definitely AI generated for sure. 100%.
Ah,
Mhm.
It seems like
I
it would be.
13
Yeah.
heroes from I can't read it. There because some of it's in the dark. It says
Yeah,
13,
like the Dix.
13 heroes from an iron. Is that what that word
An
is?
Iron Age.
Ah, thrust into an epic space opera. Okay, that's pretty cool.
I'm just talking about that image. It's the Destiny orbiting
Actually,
some planet.
What
it's
should I
the
call it?
Yamato, isn't it?
It's not the Yamato, it's the Destiny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That is absolutely not an image of the Yamato in any way, shape, or form.
What is it? I mean, where did you get it from? Is what I'm asking.
It's AI generated.
Oh, is it? That's
Yes,
cool.
that is
Very
also an
cool.
AI generated image. I've been playing around with various AI generators to create funky ass images. Some of which
Pretty
I
cool.
have just in reserve, and there are some of them are fucking crazy.
What are the? I was looking at those. What are the best ones?
So the one that does the coolest stuff
Well, that's pretty cool.
is the one that's in Discord, which is
Is that the
shit.
mid journey thing?
Is that yeah, Mid Journey is the one that you have to like have the Discord stuff going on for that one. That one, yeah, that one's really solid. That one can create some just insane images.
So
But
here's something funny today that
What
happened
do
to
you
me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You have to have the Discord thing going on for it?
in order to participate in the Mid Journey trial, there's like there's like a Midjourney Discord server that you have to join, and then you have to invite the Midjourney bot into like your Discord or some shit like that. Like if you want to, like you can do it in their Discord, but then like everybody sees, whatever you're making. You can invite the bot to your Discord, and then like I have an art channel in my Discord that's just me and the Midjourney bot, and you tell the
Ah,
bot to imagine some shit, and the bot does.
interesting.
So yeah, pretty cool. But there's a couple of different ones. I've like messed around with them, but yeah, God, what was my prompt to my prompt to create this chick was crazy. But the other thing that I do is that this isn't the exact image that was generated. I'll generate an image and then I'll edit it further to my specifications. So
Well, it
so
looks
she is
good
not
now.
exactly the way that she came out from AI. I fucked with her a little bit to make her look how I wanted her to look. But yeah, I think it had something to do with Barbarella as an anime character or something like that. Something crazy.
Hmm.
But though it's doing the AI, it's all about figuring out prompts for that particular once you kind of figure out prompts to get what you want, then you can start making
Yeah.
some cool stuff. But some of the AIs have like a really big problem with faces, and you just get like these horrific images that don't look like anything. Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like it would be a little bit hard, but
yeah.
yeah, it's cool
Cameron
stuff.
J. Mook's
Very
about to
useful.
win Training Mode Tuesday going all Fox.
Nice.
He beat so many good people. He beat fucking Bobby Big Balls, Hungry Box, Ben,
Damn, Bobby Big
Tane.
Balls.
Dude, Bobby
Big
Big
Balls.
Balls is really fucking good.
Fuck.
He's a character for sure.
Bobby lost like way early here. Who'd he lose to? He just lose to everybody. He lost to a Link. That's so funny.
Ah,
Well, it's 10:30. I'm
yeah.
sure. Cameron, do you have to sleep for
Go to
work?
work.
Go to work,
Yes.
do work things. I'm assuming Jay's got early work things.
I gotta
My
finish this.
back is not great, so
Yeah.
I think this
All
is it.
right. Cool.
If you stuck around this long, thank you for watching,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll see you next week.
See you next time. Thanks for coming. We're the Dicks in the Dark.
We just came.
Later.
Well, Kegel did.
Hey there, this is Garrett from Dix in the Dark. Check out our live stream every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't worry about missing a stream, the VODs are uploaded to the YouTube channel the following day. Check out the links in the description below.